So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get rich quick. This is not a get rich quick scheme, and you see many of these things online. But I'm a business owner. I've been in business for 20 years now. I've built multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses, and I'm not saying that to try and brag, but I'm saying it to try and help you. Getting rich is actually really easy if you understand some simple steps. And in this video, I'm just going to break down the steps that you need to know so that you can actually get rich. Maybe you want to quit your job, or you want to buy a new house, or whatever you want to do. Having money enables you to do that more easily. So getting rich is a really important thing to do. When I was younger, I was obsessed with money. You know, at the age of 14, I always wanted things. I wanted to buy things. And I found that frustration within myself when I couldn't afford to buy something. So that gave me that inner feeling for my whole life, really, of always wanting to have money. Because when I see something I want to buy, I want to have the ability just to pull out my card and buy it on the spot. I don't want to wait 6 months, a year, 5 years before I can actually buy the thing that I want. You know, maybe you can resonate with that yourself as well. So many people online will try and sell you into a program or a coaching course, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've spent probably nearly 100,000 over the last 20 years on different coaching programs and masterminds, and I've pretty much bought every course available, and I do recommend that for people because it does give you a blueprint. You can see what other people are doing. It does give you a shortcut. So when you come across people's coaching programs and stuff, don't just ultimately just think, oh, it's a cash grab for them and I'm not actually going to get any benefit from it, because you will actually learn stuff. Even from the actual crap courses I took, there was something in there that I learned and took away that I've used later on in my business. So don't just discount coaching and programs, because they do actually help, even if they are total shit. All right. So, but let's get into the meat of the video. How do you actually get rich? Well, I think the biggest problem most people have who want to start a business is actually getting traffic, customers. That's the biggest hurdle most people struggle with. So there's many ways you can get customers. You can do the cold outreach, which is going to be the quickest and cheapest way to get customers. So I'm talking about cold emails, cold DMs, actually picking up the phone and ringing people. That's the quickest way to make money online nowadays. Everyone says, oh, create a YouTube channel and start posting content. But in reality, that takes a long time before you actually turn them customers into actual cash. So if you want to make money fast, use cold outreach. My preferred method is cold email, because I can automate the whole process, and I can send 1 million emails a month to businesses and sell them stuff. So that is the best way to make money fast. No one really wants to sit there picking up the phone all day making loads of cold calls, because 9 times out of 10 you get rejected, and it's a horrible feeling doing that. But if you've got the confidence to do that, then do it, because that will generate a lot of cash. Me personally, I don't like doing it, so I tend not to do it, and I pick other methods like cold email. I mean, I built my whole coaching business on cold email. We do about 3 million a year now, and initially, to get the first customers through the door, I just sent out cold emails to businesses to join a free business club, and they just flooded in. And then once they was in the business club, I upsold them into different programs and offered more help and support. And before you know it, I was doing like 3 million a year in that coaching business. I've been doing that for a long time now. There is a link in the description if you want to see what I'm actually doing and maybe join. It's up to you. But anyway, if you want to get rich quick, you're gonna need to start a business. And this is where it trips up a lot of people, because they don't know what type of business to start, and oftentimes they have these big plans of creating the next Facebook or the next app or something. I see a lot of people wasting time learning software development with the goal of selling it later on. But what they're missing is that it might take them a year or 2 years to learn how to build the app or the website or whatever through software development. And then they don't have the skills to actually sell the app, and then it fails. I've seen that hundreds of times, So You want to pick a business that's really, really simple. And you also want to pick a business that's already established. There's plenty of them out in the world already. You don't want to try and create a new business that doesn't already exist somewhere. Your best bet is to copy someone else's business model and then just replicate that for yourself. But don't copy it word for word. Make your twist on it, or make your offer different, make it better. But that's the best way to get rich quick. So I would start with cold email, master that. Start with a simple business such as like a coaching program, a community group, coaching calls, or a marketing agency or something. A recruitment agency is fairly simple to set up. I've had a large recruitment agency. So they're your best options to make a lot of money fast and actually get rich. If you want help, there is a link below in the description. I can help you with this sort of stuff. But there's my advice of how to actually get rich quick. So I'll see you in the next one.